Adiyam Tatsat. Welcome everyone. Happy new moon to everyone. We get this opportunity to explore the mind and heart space on a new moon. In the new moon, the yogis, we normally plant our sankalpas in the mind, something we want to do to manifest for the next 15 days till the full moon or for the next another month from here. So we get to explore the motion of the moon and the mind. The mental state is controlled by the moon. The moon wanes and waxes. So our mind goes up, down, up, down, just like the moon. Whereas the sun is like the solar energy, steady, constant. We don't see half a sun or a quarter of a sun. No, the sun is constant. But the moon wanes and waxes, so our mental state fluctuates with it. So let's explore the mind, body, organism. Stretch the legs out and cross the legs back to where you're extremely comfortable. Bring the palms onto the knees, touch the tip of the thumbs, tip of the index fingers. Close the eyes softly. Before we can quiet the mind, we first quiet the physical body. Take the awareness to the right foot, toes to the heel. The right foot is still. To the left foot is solid. To the entire right leg, from the toes, passing the calf, knee, the thigh to the right hip girdle. The entire right leg is steady. To the entire left leg is solid. Take the awareness to the pelvic floor, the glutes, the lower back, the front of the pelvis. The entire pelvic floor is cemented. Become aware of the entire back, from the glutes to the shoulder. The entire back is still. Take your awareness to the right hand, fingertips to the wrist. The right hand is solid. To the left hand is steady. To the entire right arm, from the fingertips passing the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm to the right shoulder blade. The entire right arm is immovable. For the entire left arm is stable. Take your awareness to the neck. The neck is motionless. For the head is completely still. Take your awareness to the whole body and imagine the whole body is like a statue, completely still and immovable. As the physical body moves into stillness more and more as time progresses, let's work on stilling the mind, quiet the mind, concentrate the mind. I want you to become aware of the breath at the entrance of the nostrils. Try not to control the breath. Let the breath go natural. You're just witnessing it moving in and out. This amazing breath is the backdrop to our life. So it's been our constant companion in this incarnation. See if you can identify the slight temperature change of the breath. The incoming breath is slightly cooler. The outgoing breath with the body's heat is slightly warmer. I want you to witness the breath in the rib cage. Try not to control the movement of the rib cage, just witness it. As you inhale, the rib cage naturally makes a small movement up and out. As you exhale, the rib cage naturally makes a small movement in and down. Stay in the present moment with the breath in the rib cage now. Keeping the mind in the present moment, this time on the breath in the abdomen. Try not to alter the movement of the abdomen, just witness it. As we inhale and exhale, the abdomen naturally makes a small movement out and in. Stay in the present moment with the breath in the abdomen now. Bring the awareness back to the breath at the entrance of the nostrils. As you witness the breath, identify the 4 parts of the breath this time. Is the inhalation followed by a split-second retention inside, followed by an exhalation and a split-second retention outside, followed by an inhalation again. Keep witnessing the 4 parts of the breath now. Let's equalize the four parts of the breath. Move with me, my pace. Inhale slowly, one, two, three, four. Hold the breath in, one, two, three, four. Exhale slowly, one, two, three, four. Hold the breath out, one, two, three, four. Inhale, one, two, three, four. Hold the breath in. Continue this ratio. If counts of four is too strenuous, decrease it to counts of three. Counts of four is too easy, increase it to counts of five. Your pace, no rush, but equalize the four parts of the breath now. After the next exhalation, just bring the breath back to normal breathing. And you, the Atma, the spiritual being, project your consciousness in the Chidakash, that space behind the forehead. Just be a detached witness. You may see thoughts come in and out. Maybe the mind is quiet. You may see colors, shapes. Just be a detached witness. Keep your gaze center of the eyebrows now. I want you to imagine you have a beautiful blackboard. You're going to keep the mind focused in the present, counting backwards from today from 100. I want you to count backwards from 100 in threes to zero. Try not to lose count. If you lose count, start all over again from 100. Concentrate in the mind with the numbers, mentally counting 100, 97, 94, 91. Continue at your pace to zero. Excellent. Keeping the gaze in the center of the eyebrows. I want you to imagine you are sitting on a beautiful mountain top, and it is nighttime. And when you look into the sky, you see a beautiful sky with stars. And the moon is there, but you can't see it because it's being, yogis call it combus. It's in line with the sun, call it new moon. And then imagine the moon moves around the earth. The sunrise, sunset, there's a sliver of moon. Sunrise, sunset, crescent moon comes out. Sunrise, sunset, more of a crescent moon. Sunrise, sunset, go through 7 days and you start to see half moon. Sunrise, sunset, and by the 15th sunrise and sunset, you see a beautiful full moon. Take your time, see sun rising, sun setting from your mountain top. And after 15 times, you see the full moon in the sky. And then you recognize something that as the moon wanes, as the moon waxes, it affects your emotional state. Recognize your emotional state on the full moon. And just how you saw this moon getting bigger and bigger, let's do the same thing, but see the moon waning, getting smaller 15 times, and then it comes back to new moon. Take your time. See, imagine from your mountaintop, you see 15 sun rising, sun goes down, 15 times, comes back up. And each time you see the moon getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Take your time, move back 15 days, 15 sunrise and sunset, and see the moon waning, waning, waning until it's new moon again. Take your time, get there gradually. Very good. And after the 15th sunset, the sky gets darker and you see the beautiful no moon, new moon. recognize you have a personal relationship with the moon and the sun, these two celestial bodies. Ever since you've been on this earth planet, that moon has never failed to wane and wax. The sun has never failed to come up and go down. Recognize you are constantly affected when the moon is up. Naturally, we go to sleep. When the sun is up, we naturally get up, start our day. So the whole process of days and weeks and months and calendars and time is understanding the time factor through the moon and the sun. Grateful for the moon, grateful for the sun. Now take your awareness to the chest region, leave the forehead, find your chest region, and see if you can find that amazing heartbeat in the chest now. The heartbeat is taking place in the yogis call it Hridaya Akash, that space between your breastbone and the backbone. Recognize that beautiful space between the breastbone and the backbone, between the diaphragm and the clavicle, that entire region, the Hridaya Akash, the heart space. As you keep your awareness in the heart space, as you inhale, see the heart space expands. As you exhale, see the space contracts. Imagine the heart space is beautiful, bright, white light. As you inhale, it expands. As you exhale, it deflates. Stay in the heart space now. As we go through our incarnation in this life, the yogis recognize the first emotion coming out of the heart space is love out of the Atma. I want you to remember when you fell in love with someone or with nature or with something, this love evolved out of the heart space, and give that space, that heart space, a color of love now. I want you to remember a time in this life when you experienced the emotion of fear. Through this incarnation, we've all been fearful of something. And give fear a color of your heart space now. Experience fear in the heart space now. Give it a color. In this incarnation, we've experienced the emotion of gratitude, grateful for so many gifts. Remember a time when you experienced deep gratitude in the heart space, and give gratitude a color. In this incarnation, we understand it more and more. Everything is transient, everything is temporary, and from time to time we have anxious anxiety. Remember a time when anxiety was in the heart space? Remember, it only lasted for a while. Give anxiety a color now. In this life, we've all done acts of compassion. I want you to remember a time when compassion overflowed your heart space, that space between the breastbone and the backbone, from the diaphragm to the clavicle. Remember when you did an act of compassion, and give that compassion a beautiful color now. Remember a time in this life when the mind was completely quiet, tranquility pervade your whole organism, even the heart space was quiet. Experience tranquility, quietness, and give quietness a color. Remember a time in this incarnation when a lot of obstacles were there and many people said you couldn't, you can't, but you found the courage to overcome it. Remember a time in this life when you were courageous, and give courage a beautiful color in the heart space now. In this incarnation, we've all experienced happiness. I want you to remember a time when you were extremely happy and give happiness a color in the heart space now. As you sit quietly in the heart space, recognizing these in this incarnation, these emotions, they come and go, come and go. Everything is transient. Nothing lasts forever. One thing that's constant is this unconditional love from God in the heart to us. I want you to, in the heart space, bring your Ishta Devata. Yogas refer to it, your deity. Hold your deity, and as you sit silently, the yogas recognize as you sit silently, we can start to listen to the spiritual dimension, listen to God in the heart space, and feel that unconditional love that God gives us. He has given us a planet to live on. God has given us the oxygen we're breathing in. God has given us so much unconditionally. As you sit silently in the heart space, bring your deity in the heart and feel that unconditional love from your deity towards you, and color that unconditional love in your heart space now. As you feel this unconditional love in the heart, you recognize that all the emotions that we go through are actually gifts from God. God has created the universe of duality. We won't be able to appreciate happiness if we don't know what anxiety is, what suffering is. So the negative emotions are stepping stones for us to grow. They only last for a while anyway, nothing lasts forever. And recognize all these emotions exist in us, comes through us because they were created by divinity. God has these qualities in its fullest, and we're just exploring them from time to time. And as we understand this in our daily life, when we go through different emotions, don't react, recognize it's there for us to grow. And it's only lasting for a while. And the heart space can keep this inner contentment and realize that we are constantly being loved, constantly, unconditionally. Let's leave the heart space. Bring your awareness back to the Chidaakash, the mind space behind the forehead. And on the new moon night, the yogis plant a desire they want to manifest in the next 15 days, something you want to evolve into by the next full moon. Contemplate something and plant a short positive phrase for it. Your evolution 3 times now. As you plant that desire, recognize Paramatma, their Ishta Devata, Lord in the heart, knows your inner desires more than anyone. And the Lord in the heart is going to change the elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, and hopefully it can be manifest in the next 15 days. Sometimes space and time happens slightly longer, sometimes quicker. Paramatma also wants us to manifest it at the right time, so those desires don't overwhelm us when we manifest them. Grateful to be on the planet. Grateful for your amazing breath. Feel the breath moving in and out. That unconditional expression of unconditional love to us. Your amazing breath. Every breath, feel God's love in it. With these realizations, we want to take them off the mat, off the meditation cushion into our daily life, so we can resonate from a deeper understanding of the duality, the sun and moon. Emotions come and go, and connect to the higher, powerful, unconditional love that's within us. Take a deep inhalation. Exhale slowly. Break the stillness in the fingers slowly. Bring the palms to the heart. Let's chant the Om mantra together once. Om. Lower the head, connecting your mind to the heart space. Chidato, Frida, lower the head towards the heart. And grateful for your mind, grateful for the heart space, grateful to be alive. Namaste. Lift the head, open the eyes. Hari Om Tat Sat. Have a beautiful rest of the evening. I know you have the willpower to go manifest your Sankalpa within the next 15 days. Sometimes it takes 2 full moons, 3 full moons, 10 full moons, but can manifest it more and more. Have a quiet day if you're just starting a day in Asia. Thank you so much. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you,
Mahalo,
Charu.
Shifumi. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Akshay.
Thank you, Nan. Mahalo, Reina. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you, Orit. Thank you, Rosa. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Desiree. Thank you, Adam.
Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, Amani.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bashak and Jonathan. Thank you, Helen and Zalim.
Thank you.
Mahalo, Stane.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Subin. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you, Yogi
Thank you,
Charu.
Mayumi.
Thank you, Yogi Charu.
Thank you, Astrid.
Thank you, Guitar.
The that's
Ayun, tama.